to now introduce you to our honored guest speaker for this session. She is from the Securities Commission. Her name is Jeanette George, and she will be talking about investment scams and learn how to avoid them. The talk will cover the current investment scams that is currently in the marketplace, and how it's being perpetrated by these people and steps to avoid falling for these scams. So with that, I will hand this session over to Ms. Jeanette George. Over to you, Jeanette.
Thank you, Derek. Thank you, Jasmine and Penny. Good day, everyone. My name is Jeanette. I'm from the Consumer and Investor Office at the Securities Commission Malaysia. Today, my presentation will be on avoid investment scams, learn how. Before I continue, allow me to thank Higher Seniors for giving me this opportunity to speak at this event. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so today I'll be covering two topics, which are the current investment scams being perpetrated and how to protect yourself from being a victim of scams. Next. We will begin with the current investment scams perpetrated and trends that follows. Next. Okay, the first scam I would like to share today, which is quite prevalent now, which is what we call the too good to be true investment scheme. This scheme entices investors by claiming to provide huge returns within a short span of time with just a small initial investment. For instance, just by parting about 300 ringgit, investors are promised high returns that are 10 or even 100 times their investment amount within 24 hours. However, there's a catch to this. Investors will be subsequently told that they can only withdraw the promised returns if they pay certain fees. Normally, these fees would be such as trading fees and withdrawal fees that they mentioned, which usually is double or triple the initial investment amount. Sometimes investors are also told they will need to pay fees to DSC or Bank Negara, LHDN before they can withdraw their returns. To further entice the investors, scammers also present fake documents or certificates to show that they have been endorsed by the SC or Bank Negara. Unfortunately, once the requested amount are paid, the scammers will no longer be contactable. There have also been instances where investors immediately receive their promised returns without having to pay any fees. However, be mindful that this is just a tactic to lure the investors to put in a higher sum of money before the scammers start imposing fees that investors are required to pay before they can withdraw their investment back. As such, always remember that if a scheme appears too good to be true, it probably is. Usually, these scams are promoted or offered through social media platforms such as WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook, and Instagram. To find out more about this scheme, let's watch a video on this.
Hai, saya Siti. Suruhanjaya Security Malaysia atau SC telah menerima banyak pertanyaan tentang skim pelaburan yang menjanjikan pulangan yang amat lumayan dalam waktu yang singkat. Walaupun anda sudah membuat keuntungan yang berlipat kali ganda hanya dengan modal yang kecil, anda akan diminta membuat pelbagai bayaran seterusnya sebelum anda boleh keluarkan keuntungan tersebut. Tetapi awas, ini hanyalah helah untuk anda terus memindahkan wang kepada scammer sebelum mereka menghilangkan diri. Oleh itu, jangan cepat terpedaya dengan janji yang indah kabar dari rupa. Ketika melabur, elakkan dari mendepositkan wang anda ke akaun bank orang perseorangan. Institusi-institusi seperti SC, Lembaga Hasil Dalam Negeri dan Bank Negara Malaysia tidak pernah membenarkan sebarang bayaran yuran atau cukai dibuat melalui akaun orang perseorangan. Pastikan juga pelaburan tersebut ditawarkan oleh pihak yang sah dan bukan oleh pihak yang diklon. Sentiasa semak senarai peringatan pelabur SC dan juga daftar awam pemegang lesen. Sekiranya anda masih ragu, hubungi SC di talian 03 62 04 8999 atau email aduan@seccom.com.my. Ingat, silap labur, duit lebur.
We'll go back to the slides now. Okay, so for the second scheme that I would like to share with you today is the clone firm scams. This is where scammers tend to pose as representatives of legitimate companies using lookalike company names and logo. Normally, this kind of scheme promises high returns with little or no risk. We therefore would like to urge investors to beware of their modus operandi and learn how to protect yourself. They may appear to be the same, but not exactly the same. Usually, the scammers will approach you through WhatsApp or social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter once again. Hence, it is important for you to do an independent check by calling the legitimate company. Next slide, I would actually share with you an example of a current company that's being cloned. So, okay, this company is called Rise Malaysia Sendirian Berhad. It is an actual company licensed by the Securities Commission Malaysia to carry out digital investment management activities that has been the victim of a clone firm scam. Just to provide a brief background, Rise is a micro investing app that runs by the concept of spare change, which makes investing more accessible to everyone. To invest with Rise Malaysia, basically you will just need to download their app and connect your Maybank debit card, and each of your transactions via the debit card will be rounded up to the nearest ringgit. You can also invest a lump sum amount with Rise, and you can also set a standard instruction for recurring investment on a daily, weekly, fortnightly, or a monthly basis. Your investment will be invested into your portfolio once it reaches a 5 ringgit threshold. So this is just a bit of background about the organization, which is licensed by the SC. So for this specific example of clone firm scams, if we closely examine the investment information that is being offered purportedly by Rise via a WhatsApp screenshot, as can be seen, we will be able to identify some signs that is a clone firm scam. So referring to the first point, if you look closely at the logo, it looks almost the same, but not really the same, because they will imitate the logo as close as possible. But if you actually visit the site, you will notice that it's actually different. On the second point, the website address stated is different from the official website address of Rise. Next, a licensed firm or company such as Rise will never use a Gmail address for the email address of its officer. The fourth point, payments for investments should not be made to individual accounts, instead to Rise official account. And finally, if you see point number 5, the package offered via WhatsApp is not available on Rise official website. Now, okay, so if you look at the packages, these are the too good to be true scheme that they are basically using to try and catch the public's attention and to invest. So just for a bit more of information, let's watch a video on clone firm scams.
Thanks, Uncle, for personally handing me your son's wedding invitation card.
Just doing my job as a father, okay? And thanks for inviting me for tea.
No worries, Uncle. You're a very good father, you know. If I were to get married right away, my father will probably suggest it to do on Zoom.
At least your father knows how to use Zoom.
So, Uncle, what are you up to this weekend?
I'm diversifying my investment portfolio. Malaysia Bank has a fund with 50% return and I have to deposit only 100,000.
Can't be, because I'm also a Malaysia Bank user. I've not seen this fund before. Can I have a look at the details from where you got it?
Oh, sure. I'll show you.
No, this poster is fake. This website address is a clone.
What do you mean clone?
Okay, these clone firm scammers, they'll use very similar website address, but it's not the actual one. Legit website address is malaysiabank.com.my. This is malaysianbank.my.
But the Malaysia Bank address is there.
Yes, they use back the same one. You see, this is what clone firm scammers always do. They will try to impersonate. Uncle, have you deposited any money or have you passed your personal information to anyone?
Luckily, no. I got this details from an unknown number in WhatsApp. See, the poster and website and all address looks the same. I was about to invest this weekend, you know. Thank God you told me. can you teach me how to spot these clone firm scams so that I don't make this mistake again?
Okay, uncle, very simple. These clone firm scammers, the first thing they'll do is they'll always try to impersonate the actual company, right? And they'll usually pass all this false information through social media like Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. So their website address, fonts and colors will be very similar. Do not click on any links from any unknown numbers. If you're not sure, always call the actual company customer service. Point number 2 is their returns will usually be higher than normal. So now if someone were to come to you and say he's going to give you 50% returns, does that make any sense?
Definitely not. Gajan, I never knew you were this smart.
Thank you, uncle, for that rose, and you're welcome. Now, third and final point is you can always check with Securities Commission to see if it's legit or not. You can actually just head to their website sc.com.my, or since you're not too good with website addresses, you can actually just call or email them. Remember this, uncle, it's very hard to earn money, but it's very easy to lose money.
Thank you, Gajan. You prevented me from being scammed. Now this tea is worth 100,000.
Uncle, if that's the case, shall I get you another cup of tea?
Then I have to withdraw from EPF.
Amazing Seniors ni apa dia punya ni? Dia punya association, organisation atau apa ni?
What is that?
Amazing Seniors.
Nama dia Amazing Senior?
It's a group.
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, that wasn't an advertisement from Amazing Seniors. However, once again, it is a good way of reminding us to always mute our microphones. Back to you, Jeanette.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so now we are back to the slides. Okay, after sharing the two popular schemes that's being perpetrated, I would like to share now on the next agenda, which is how to protect yourself from becoming a victim of these investment scams. Next. So there are 7 simple steps to avoid from falling for investment scams. If you practice these steps, you will not fall prey to these unscrupulous schemes. Next. The first step is to be cautious of investments offered via social media platforms. From the example shared earlier, we see a trend where such schemes are often being promoted on social media platforms such as Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram. Therefore, the first step is to exercise extra caution of investment opportunities offered on social media platforms. Next. The second step is to remember to never deposit money into an individual bank account, even if they are licensed or registered with authorities. For example, your registered unit trust consultant may ask you to give them cash or deposit money into their personal bank account for convenience purposes. This should be avoided, and you should never proceed with this. On the other hand, if you are asked to make payment to the bank account of a company, you need to ensure that the company is legitimate. The fact that the company is incorporated with Suruhanjaya Syarikat Malaysia SSM is not sufficient. The said company must be licensed or registered with authorities like the Securities Commission of Malaysia for them to carry out regulated activities. Basically, there are various agencies and authorities regulating different activities. For example, activities related to multi-level marketing MLM, referral scheme, and direct selling falls under the purview of Kementerian Perdagangan Dalam Negeri dan Hal Ehwal Pengguna, which is KPDN HEP. Activities related to banking, credit card, deposit taking, forex, gold investment, and insurance falls under the purview of Bank Negara Malaysia. While activities related to interest schemes and shares in private company falls under the purview of Suruhanjaya Syarikat Malaysia, which is SSM. And the final example is activities related to corporation falls under the purview of Suruhanjaya Koperasi Malaysia, which is SKM. I hope this basically put into perspective, like there are different regulatory bodies that cover different types of products. Next. The next step is to ensure that all payments made towards the investments are made to official bank accounts. Okay, next. The fourth step would be to check our SC's investor alert list, which is available on our SC website before investing. The investor alert list contains the list of unauthorized websites, investment products, companies, and individuals. This list is being updated regularly with announcements made on the SE's website and social media platforms, including InvestSmart. I would like to show you the step-by-step way of checking the list on our website. However, before doing so, let me bring your attention to the next step. Next. The fifth step is for the public to check the SE's public register of license holders. The public register is a search function available to the public to identify which entities or individuals are licensed by the SE. You can also view the list of registered recognized market operators, RMOs, on the SE's website. I'll now quickly walk you through the website and show you how to maneuver the site. So first, you can go to www.se.com.my. Okay, once you are at the home page, you may click the Investor Empowerment tab. And in the drop-down menu, you will have to choose Investor Alert List. Once you're on the list, you can view the recently added entries on the top. These are the ones that is recently included into the list. And as you scroll down, you can even search by alphabetical order. All right. Okay. So now we can go back to www.se.com.my. And this I will show you how to maneuver and find the SE Public Register of License Holders. For this, you will need to go to the Resources tab. In the drop-down menu, you will have to choose Licensed and Registered Persons. At this page, you will be able to view the licensed persons and registered corporation. Then you can click on the Public Register of License Holders. This is basically a search engine and where you will be able to search by individuals or entities that are licensed by the SE. So all you have to do is just type in whichever entity, or if it's an organization, you just type in the name and you will be able to search. All right. Okay. Lastly, if we go back again to the main page to search for the registered recognized market operators, you will have to go to Development tab. In the drop-down box, you will have to click on Digital. And once you are in, you will have to click on FinTech Regulated Players. Here, if you scroll down, you'll be able to see the list of RMOs, which you can see from P2P players, ECF, DIM, DEX. So all these are all the entities that's registered with the SE. Okay. Now we can go back to the slides. Okay, in relation to this, we would like to highlight that typically scammers will not use their own bank accounts for victims to deposit their monies. Instead, they will usually borrow third-party bank accounts, or what we call mule accounts. Therefore, we urge the public to check Semak Mule, which is an online application and website created by PDRM to identify bank accounts, phone numbers, and most recently, IC numbers used by the scammers. So this one as well, you can just check. It's a public search register as well. So you can check based on the three, either phone numbers, IC numbers, or bank accounts before you choose to proceed on the investment. Next. Nevertheless, if you are still in doubt, please do not hesitate to contact us either by email, letter, or call us at our hotline 03-6204-8999. And our email address would be aduan@seccom.com.my. So if you have any doubts or any queries, please do not hesitate to email or call us. I'll just leave that up for a bit in case anyone wants to have a look. And finally, the next slide. Okay, so we strongly encourage investors to utilize our tools and channels available, such as social media platforms, which we have our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages, as well as our YouTube, InvestSmart website, InvestSmart mobile app, online educational game, Jump to Invest, and SC's anti-scam dedicated webpage for the latest information on events, activities, as well as relevant news. I will now quickly show you our social media platforms and where to find them. So if you go to Facebook, InvestSmart SC, this is our Facebook. You can find our videos, our latest posting on alert lists, as well as our upcoming events. Yeah. And do follow us on Facebook as well and Instagram. And for the next one, we just want to quickly show you as well our YouTube channel. In our YouTube channel, you'll be able to view our past webinars. We have actually monthly webinars for the seniors, as well as an online series for the general public. And as well as we have our anti-scam videos. Yeah. So all these things you can basically rewatch. You can either attend the live webinar or you can rewatch it on our YouTube channel. Okay, and okay, so now I will actually basically end my presentation with our final video, which is our TIPU video, which is a formula you should always remember before investing. And enjoy.
Anda ingin menjadi kaya, tetapi awas, terdapat banyak skim-skim pelaburan tidak sah di pasaran. Jika ragu-ragu, anda boleh jumpa kami untuk memahami formula TIPU. Apa itu TIPU? T, tidak akan rugi. I, indah khabar dari rupa. P, peluang hanya sekali. U, untung besar. Ingat dan berwaspada dengan formula TIPU ini. Untuk sebarang pertanyaan mengenai pasaran modal, anda boleh hubungi kami.
Okay, thank you. I've ended my presentation, but I'm just looking through the chat. I think I saw a question by Kok On Chin. We always hear seniors falling into scams. What are the factors that are causing this? Actually, based on our data, it crosses across all life stages. In terms of factors, it could be lack of knowledge, failure to do own research and background checks, over-reliance on views from others. Basically, greed is also another factor that causes that may cause people to fall scams into this kind of to fall scam for this kind of investment schemes. So basically, we'll always tell people to do their own due diligence and make sure if you're not sure, just make sure you check before you invest, whether they are a legitimate company or not. Okay. Let me see. Okay, next question by Lee Wen Lee. How to detect a false bank message? So what we can advise you is always do independent checks. For example, look for the contact number on the website and also call the bank to confirm. I mean, that's the safest way. I mean, if you actually get through to a personnel from the bank, I mean, I think they'll be able to advise you whether or not they are, I mean, the person that you are, I mean, the message that you're receiving, whether it's legitimate or not. Yeah. However, just to note, banks normally it falls under the purview of Bank Negara. So yeah, we are more on the capital market. Okay, let me see. Next one is from Derek Fu. Okay, if scammed, are our monies recoverable? Okay, so basically it's something that we can't commit to. I mean, we can't confirm whether it's recoverable or not. Enforcement actions usually will take time. That's one thing to remember. More importantly, SC has been working through InvestSmart to empower public with the necessary knowledge on how to avoid scams. Our motto is basically prevention is better than cure. So we try to equip our investors to be knowledgeable in this area so that they do not fall scam, because like I mentioned, enforcement actions do take time. So Yeah. The other thing is usually monies that's invested, even if we manage to find the culprit, it is no longer there, and it will be difficult to be, I mean, basically it's difficult for us to commit to the investor that they'll be able to get their money back. Yeah. I'm just looking, WYC, I've been scammed by mule accounts too. Yeah. Okay, so basically I mentioned this is their normal modus operandi. They will not use their own account, they will use mule accounts. That's why I think it's good for us to check Semak Mule. Maybe I can just show how to go to Semak Mule, maybe. Just give me a moment.
That would be great.
Just give me a moment. I just.
You don't mind, Jeanette, if I ask you a few questions? I'm Penny.
Yep.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons why I think it's not just among the seniors, but I think a lot of people, it's for them lah. You know, if kena scam means they're too shy to talk about it. So it's gone back to the part whereby if we're too shy to talk about it, it's not identified, and that's why, you know, by the time you find out that it's a scam, it's kind of too late. What do you think of that? You think that's one of the reasons why most scams are kind of like undiscovered, and by the time people know about it, it's really way too late? I mean, we have heard of all these people, you know, moving money from one end to the other end. There are those certain MLM groups that you put in the money into in hope to get back 50% in return within 1 week. We've heard about all that, but by the time you hear it, it's already too late.
Okay. I mean, I think that there is still a big group of people that will come forward, and we do have we do try and prepare sufficient channels to actually try and create awareness among the public. And this is also done, like, I mean, I wouldn't say it's too late, because normally these scams doesn't just it will be for a certain period of time, and the minute we find out about it, it's actually on our alert list like almost immediately within a couple of days. So that's why we always basically we will always urge the public to check with the SC if you're not sure. Of course, that's about capital market products. Like I mentioned, if it's MLM, then it's a different entity organization. So the minute you check with us, if it's not available, I mean, you shouldn't invest before checking if you're not sure. Basically, that's our message. And also, if you want to know more about capital market products and services, I mean, you can always attend our webinars. We have two every month. Yeah.
I think continuous learning, I think that's one of the that's a very, very important factor. I think if we carry on learning about new things that happens around us and all, and be totally aware of what's going on around us, it kind of like, you know, it keeps us better informed. Correct. And when you're better informed, right, you won't make that many mistakes, you know, especially when it comes to like what YWC, what he just said, being aware and informed is the most important. Actually, that is one of the reasons why Jasmine and I set up Amazing Seniors. It's about empowering the seniors and the community with knowledge, but in a fun way, you know, not in a regular boring way, but in a very, very fun way, energetic way, so that we all learn from each other, and, you know, be open to it, and in that sense we become, well, you like it or not, smarter. So I'm someone who believes in lifelong learning. Every new day I tell myself I have to learn something new every day, and that's me. That's the motto that I live by.
Yeah, and our tagline as well is investor informed investor is a protected investor. That's one of our tagline as well, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, Penny, allow me to just go through the Semak Mule. I mean,
yes, please. So yes, please. Yeah.
So basically, this is the Semak Mule portal. You can just go semakmule.rmp.gov.my. So you can select based on bank accounts or phone numbers, or basically your IC numbers. So if basically if someone contacts you via WhatsApp and go like, you know, great deal, you know, invest 300 today and get 3,000 within 24 hours. you can just check their phone numbers here. You can check their bank account, because normally they will just give out this account because they want basically they want the money quick into the account. So just check it, and you can actually see how many police reports have been made on the number, on the bank account, on the individual. So remember to always do your due diligence by checking this kind of information. If
Good,
it's not,
right? Yeah.
But if it's not inside here, it doesn't mean it's not either. So just also still check for their legitimacy and their licensing status as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about double checking, right? I mean, if you have access to something like that, it's great, right?
Yeah,
So
correct.
guys, please, take this down. This is .rmp.government.gov.my. It's in your chat box. I think I'll get Derek to copy and paste it up again so that it will appear. And don't worry, if you guys are on our Amazing Seniors Facebook page, we'll always put the latest out there, okay? So you need to just go on Facebook and just, go backwards and just find all the important information that you need as well. So we definitely are working on this to make sure that we are all better informed as well. Oh, great. This is interesting.
Okay, I've got one more question from Yen. There seems to be a lot of mule accounts being opened with fake identities. What is the regulator doing to curb this? So basically, a mule account is under Bank Negara Malaysia. Of course, when we actually receive a complaint or a query on this matter, we will actually escalate it to Bank Negara and they will take further actions on this. Yeah.
Excuse me, may I chip in?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Based on my experience, we managed to arrest the mule account holder. She's a local. And also because I have friends in the police force. But then the real culprit, the real guy who is operating the account is hiding behind. There's no way to, because this mule account holder, this guy, contacted her, paid her some money, asked her to help him to open an account using her own IC, and then send him the ATM card and all the information. So he's basically operating the account behind the scene, and he can't be detected. The best that we can do in my case was they arrested the mule account holder, but they can only hold her for a few days and release her. The real culprit was still at large. And in fact, because I was scammed through a Facebook offer, and then I saw the similar offer on Carousel, and I tried to ask questions and all that, and then he gave me an account number, and then I realized that he was using one of the account that he was using was the same mule account that he used to scam people at Facebook. That means this guy was still at large and operating at a different platform. And the thing is, although I'm a bank employee, I cannot use my access to the bank account information to even protect myself, because we are under an act, Financial Services Act, and so the account holder, the confidentiality is protected by this act, even if it's a scam account. So there are limitations.
Yeah, basically the mule account issue, we are working. I mean, it is like I said, when it comes to enforcement actions and actions to be taken, it will take some time, and we do work together with various parties such as the police as well as Bank Negara, because that's under their purview. So I mean, like I mentioned, it's not that no action is being taken. It just takes time, and obviously we need to trace back to the original person that is basically still at large, and they are sneaky people. They basically will try every method, every platforms available to try and scam people. So
yeah, I mean, of course, that's they have made a career out of it. So
yeah,
I think they are very good in that sense. Thank you very much, Jeanette. I think that has been a very, very interesting session from you. I think we hand this session over back to Derek, or is it Raj?
Yeah, Jeanette, just want to check with you. Is there a poll that you're going to conduct, a quiz or something for our participants here?
Okay,
for the touching, yeah.
Okay, so in the chat group, we will basically put the link to the Slido, And we will actually run our Slido, our pop quiz there. It's just a quick five questions for people to participate. It will take no more than about 5 minutes to go through the pop quiz. Yeah. So basically, remember to put your email address as your name in Slido so that we will email you the codes for your touch and go. Should you be the top 30 participants? Yeah. Okay, I will just bring up the screen and you can see how many people has joined the.
Okay, Jeanette, over to you. You may have to tell them how to join this again.
Okay, hold on. Okay. So, okay, the link is, hold on. Okay, I will send the link again. Okay, it's here. Okay, so everyone is invited to join the pop quiz by going to www.sli.do and you can input the code 731729. And as your name, please, we appreciate if you can put your email address so that we can basically email you directly rather than a name which will be difficult for us to identify.
Yes, please put your email address. Please put your email address.
Okay. And okay.
Can we scan the QR code?
Can. You may scan the QR code as well. Can we?
Oh, there's someone saying that the QR code doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work. The question closed. It stated that question closed.
Oh, I think they haven't opened. Okay, hold on. Wait,
Yeah,
let me
even
just
if you go direct, the question's closed. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. My colleague will open the pop quiz.
All right, guys, it's open ready. I have it on my phone. It's open, so try it. Try it again. Go back to the QR code, scan it.
Your name
using our email address, is it?
Yes, please. Okay, if you look now, you can see the people that's joining, and try and put in your email address if possible. We will just wait for a minute for more people to join, and then we can start. I'll announce before we start. Yeah.
Where do we put in our email address?
As your name. That means instead of putting your name, you put your email address.
Huh? Me. No, I put under her email to test it.
Sorry, guys, just maybe about 1-2 more minutes. We will the pop quiz is.
Kwong Lin, you just use your barcode. Just scan the barcode on the screen. Scan the barcode on your screen, then you go and key in your email address, Kwong Lin.
You mean I use my phone to scan?
Yes, use your phone to scan.
I go to, where do I go? WhatsApp?
Yeah, you can scan from WhatsApp too. You can scan from anywhere that has got a scanner.
All right, I think we will start soon. Okay, we'll start in.
Scan it with your camera, it will be easier.
Oh, still not yet.
Use your camera. Okay, Jeanette, just give them 1 more minute.
Sure, no problem. Penny, let me know when you want to start.
Sure. Sure.
I'm only scared. I mean, for the next session. I mean, good.
Yay, we've got more people coming in now. Cool.
Can I use my camera to take the picture or how?
Now you just have to scan in. If not, you will just have to go on Google and type in slido.com, right? Is that the one, Jeanette?
Yep, sli.do.
Yeah, www.sli.do.
Sorry, where do I put in my email address?
As your name.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay, we will give you another 10 seconds. So the countdown will be from now. In 10 seconds, we will start the quiz. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Do we have to key in the code? Because we will not ask for the code.
Yes, key in the code.
Yeah, key in the code.
Key in the
731.
code 731-729.
Where do we key in the code? Because it was not asking.
Okay, no, I think if you scanned it, you don't need to because you already went
Yeah.
straight into the
Yeah.
column. That's yeah.
Correct.
Okay, I think we need to start now. We need to start now because we are running short of time.
Okay, all the best. We're going to start now. Thank you.
Which of the following are characteristics of current illegal investment schemes? Which of the following are characteristics of current illegal investment schemes, right? The following are tips to avoid being scammed, except an investment scheme is legitimate if Evelyn, you need to look at the phone and react to it, or your screen and react to it. Once you click the answer at the bottom, you have to press send. You can only answer this if you're on Slido, yeah? You can't click the screen right now.
Very cheeky.
Cheeky, ah. Of course, it's very cheeky. On your phone or on your desktop, okay? If you're on Slido, you can play this game.
Okay. Okay. Thank you guys for participating. Just a quick one. I think I noticed that there's some that put the name instead of the email address. So first, to identify the winners, we will need you to screenshot your position and email to our email address, which is InvestSmart. And I will put the email address on the group, on the chat. So do send that, because otherwise it's very difficult for us to identify the winners. So yep. That's all, Penny. Over to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jeanette. Thank you very much. Okay, once again, not without sounding like I'm passing the buck, Derek, over to you.
Okay, thanks, Penny. Thanks, Jeanette, for such a wonderful session on scams, and for sharing your insights on what to do and what not to do.